Well, ladies and gentlemen, with the recent information that Dexter Jackson will not be retiring after the 2020 Mr. Olympia event, it is quite possible that he could go on to 2021, 2022, and so on and so forth. But in my opinion, if he does overthrow Brandon Curry and he does win the 2020 Mr. Olympia event, I think he would retire on that note. But the bigger question is, can he defeat Brandon Curry? And this is the 2020 Arnold Classic version of Dexter Jackson, his most recent version. And this is the 2019 Mr. Olympia Brandon Curry, his last version. And I have to say, these two are very similar structurally, about the same height. And I have to say, Brandon Curry, he is a little bit bigger in the lag department. But the conditioning edge surprisingly goes to Dexter Jackson here, or maybe not quite so surprisingly. Muscle separation in those biceps. Mind-blowing set of biceps. Talk about muscle maturity. Very soft. Not saying it's synthol, but I'm saying that the arms of Brandon Curry, not as hard and grainy, not nearly as Dexter Jackson. So he could definitely catch Brandon in this pose. Front lat spread, however, he could not catch Brandon in this. Because if it's a matter of conditioning, Dexter might be in better condition. But it wouldn't matter. Look at the wingspan of Brandon Curry. Just incredible. But ladies and gentlemen, that is one pose. And this side chest pose, Dexter Jackson, he could easily win the front double if he came in awesome. And Brandon Curry, if he drops the ball, could be all she wrote. And look at Dexter Jackson's pecs in this. You couldn't draw a better picture for a side chest development. Of course, Curry, a little bit bigger everywhere else. Bigger arms, maybe bigger delts. But when you look at the legs, guys, there is a definite muscle separation, a conditioning edge that Dexter Jackson does have here. For sure. But really, realistically, Brandon Curry would probably get both side shots. Maybe not the side chest, but this one he would be getting. And a lot of people say there's a lot of synthol in those arms of Brandon Curry. But the guy won the Olympia, right? So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if he's winning shows. He's definitely getting the side tricep. The back development, however, is of some debate. The width, of course, is going to Curry, and the traps as well. But Dexter Jackson is no small potatoes in the trap department, or the width for that matter. But when you look at the legs and the glutes, this is a definite conditioning edge for the former Mr. Olympia champion, Dexter Jackson. Anyway, at the end of the day, I think, honestly, and I'm not just jumping on the bandwagon of Dexter Jackson, I think he does display a more conditioned back development, and I think the judges would give it to him. And the second back shot may be going to Dexter as well. He has, it seems, a better lat insertion. I don't know if it's thicker, but it just seems to go down farther. And a cleaner, neater shot, probably, in the lower back. Much more conditioned. The Christmas tree area, rather. Those traps, again, of Curry, those are monstrous. The delts, huge for Brandon Curry. It's actually a closer one this time? Maybe. Hard to say, though, really, because the conditioning edge once again goes to Dexter Jackson when you look at the glutes and the hamstrings, perhaps. And you notice I'm not even mentioning the calves in this one. And you know why. Anyway, with all due respect to both of these gentlemen is why. Nobody's dominating in that aspect, so why mention it? My mother said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it all. But that's obviously impossible for me. The ab and thigh pose, and again, I am sticking with this album for Brandon Curry, even though his abs very smooth here. Almost too smooth. He was actually losing this pose to a lot of the guys. In the other album, he looked a lot better. But I'm going to stick with this one because it's fair. Dexter Jackson, clearly the winner in this one. It's almost, if you were a judge, you would get excited to vote for Dexter Jackson. Like an Al Beckles. Just one of the old-timers that you want to win but probably won't. But it's exciting with Dexter Jackson because he can take the current champion with his most recent version in a lot of these poses, and he's the clear winner in this ab and thigh. It's exciting. It's exciting, guys. 50 years old. He could take the title. It's just remarkable. The most muscular. I'm going to be lenient on Dexter. I prefer his most muscular. Now, granted, Brandon Curry is wide as a barn door, a la Tominator, and his sang, of course. But those traps, guys, they're just monstrous. And since we're mentioning YouTubers, bodybuilding YouTubers, what does Louis Marco say about those traps of Dexter Jackson? It looks like an elephant has turned around and sat on him and his testes, baby, please. Anyway, still, though, the judges may give this one to Curry when they look at the arms, the pecs, everything else. Close matchup, though, guys. Honestly, could Dexter Jackson defeat Brandon Curry for the 2020 Olympia title? Yes, he could. Absolutely he could. He was not losing all of these shots. He was winning some of them. Close in a lot of the other ones. Anyway, guys, it's going to be darned exciting. Cannot wait to see a lot of the guys at the Olympia. Dexter Jackson is just another one of those guys, as well as Brandon Curry. It's going to be one of the most exciting Olympias in years. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to the channel because everything helps. Find me on Instagram as well, guys. Have a good day.